Hey everybody, it's Bob with Trade Genius flying solo today. Phil has a conflict. I'm going to show you why you're going to want to be in some of these risk assets we're going to talk about. The liquidity wave is upon us. Stay tuned.
Trade Genius.
Okay, hey, before we get started, before I show you this slide, this weekend, President and former President Trump was nearly assassinated. And I'm not making a political commentary here. The point I'm making here is that we are in a position now in economies around the world where the politicians don't have easy answers. More and more people are being disenfranchised, whether it's justified or not. People act out on those things. It's going to cause a lot of volatility in the marketplaces, and there's going to be safe places that people are going to want to put their assets. And this next chart I'm going to show you is a liquidity chart. This liquidity chart is going to inform you as to where you need to put your money safely. And this is really weird, how cycles work. Okay, these are analogs, so they're not like a sport betting on a particular game kind of a thing, but we're going to upcycle into a liquidity wave again. Okay, and it dovetails with what I would call the second coming of inflation in this cycle too, which I'll show you guys in a second. But this upcycle, it's going to support three risk assets. It's going to support Bitcoin. I'll talk about that in a second. It's going to support energy, and it's going to support the hard asset commodities. And everything else will struggle in that environment. And this next chart here is the inflation expectations, which is tying into the liquidity. And the expectations are they haven't defeated inflation. What we're seeing now is kind of a blip, in time here in terms of, liquidity drying up, for the Federal Reserve, but all that's ending now. Janet Yellen, for as long as she remains the Treasury Secretary, she's going to be pumping short-term money to get money into the government's hands so they could spend it. And also, you're going to see Jerome Powell panic here a little bit on unemployment going up, and he's going to create liquidity that way too. And money's going to be coming out of certain risk assets into others. Hey everybody, it's Bob with Trade Genius. Usually I do fun ads. I talk about our service, but I want to be serious with you for a second. We've been helping a lot of people trading for a long time. As you can see here, I want to let them do the talking for me for a change. But most importantly, we want to help you too. If you've not joined our service yet, come check us out, tradelikeagenius.com. Full service. We have chat room. We have the algorithms for you. We give trades out every day. We educate you. So go to tradelikeagenius.com. Check us out. What you get out of our service is much, much more than what you put into it. And we'd like to see you in the room. Thanks for listening. At the same time, we have an upstroke coming in energy for the next 2 to 3 months. We have the bottoming of the cycle bottom for Bitcoin. It's happening right now. And we have gold and silver pressing on highs. And this is where you're going to want to put your money. All right. And all else is going to struggle. Right now, the Mag 7 are pumping, but they're not going to be able to keep the pace. And everything that happened today was interesting. Burberry, which is a luxury brand, was firing all cylinders and now is really, really struggling. Stock's down 60%. Okay. People are not buying it. And this is how it erodes. And people are going to start getting defensive. So this is where you want to put your money. You're going to want it in Bitcoin, you're going to want it in energy, and you're going to want it in the hard assets. And then once that Fed starts cutting, then you're going to want to own the bonds, and then you're going to want to trail out of these risk assets. A lot of things you're hearing now on the internet is that earnings per share is going up. This is going to be great. We're going to get second wind. Trump's going to get reelected in a landslide. All that's being front run right now. So the next 2 to 3 months, it's going to be all about those three assets, and then the other ones are going to fall away. And it's all because of liquidity and inflation. And that's where people are going to move their money. Thanks for listening. We had a great week last week. We anticipated this move with the Bitcoin miners. We've been in Wolf. We're in the Yield Max products with Coney and Ybit and Misty. Those guys are going to pay awesome dividends this month. Those trades are spectacular. They're brand new. We'll teach you how to trade them. TradeLikeAGenius.com. And also, Phil will give you the news on Bitcoin, but it looks like it's going to upstroke too. So some good times are ahead for us. Thanks for listening. And we'll be back tomorrow, and Phil more likely to be back and be with us. Bye-bye.
Trade Genius.